Hello everyone, good afternoon here in Sepang circuit. We're here just a few kilometers away from Kuala Lumpur, and this is round 2 of the Hololive GT3 Japan series, Zako series. And we're about to get the Sepang 400 race underway with the Zako series racing first on a Saturday. So anyways, let's take a look into the track map and see the details of the racetrack here in Sepang International Circuit. 5.54 kilometers of racetrack is what the drivers are going to have to face over 37 laps. Of course, this is a 400 rated race, so each both the Shishiro and Zako will race around only 200 kilometers in this race. 15 corners in total here in Sepang International Circuit, including this famous turn 1 and 2 that you're looking at right now on your screen, coupled with other corners like turns 7 and 8. And then the fast sweeping bends of turns 5 and 6, and then 12, 13, 14 is easily one of the best Tokudromes out there, and it's also a very well-rounded track as well. There's also round 6 of the overall season with 2 races to go after this at MOD Suzuka, but first, of course, we're going to have to deal with Sepang National Circuit. And it's the only overseas race in the Hololive GT3 Japan Series season, and it's the second longest track in ARO competitions currently. So anyways, let's take a look into the Zako standings here. We're going to need a bit of a refresh to see to remind everyone what happened in Tsukuba and also what happened in between Tsukuba and Sepang. Kamen River, of course, won for Shishiro Botan for the first time in Hololive GT3 in the Tsukuba 400 Zako Series race, with Shango and Chanel Martman ranking up 2nd and 3rd. Of course, we have Johan Sinful currently 4th and Muhammad Cashew 5th for Matsuri and Watame, respectively. And then there is also Jake Martinez, Daniel Barger, both Nissans currently 6th and 7th. They are actually the highest placed Nissans currently in the standings. And then we have Hojizo Norio, Calum Gibbons, and Michael Turner running at the top 10. That should round up the rest of the Team Lexus car. They are continuing to show good amounts of performance here at Sepang Circuit, so watch out for their performances, especially for the hometown drivers, of course, of Shango, who is racing at home in Malaysia, as well as Ray Liu, who is also a Malaysian, Simgo Sorki Zohara Leo, and that should be pretty much it. So anyways, 11 to 9 team is a pretty interesting bunch, as it comprises of mostly Nissans and Hondas. And also some new driver changes, some new driver transfers have been announced, like Hani Pham joining in the Okonose Kanade number 59 Honda full time, as well as in the Hololive competitions in 2 weeks time. Tomoyuki Aoki replaces Richie Rod in the Shirakami Fubuki Nissan, and then we also have Takashi Pen replacing Fabio Mendes in the Hakui Koyori number 54 Honda, and of course the car in Formula Hololive competitions. And of course we have, Ryu Kizuhara Leo making up the bottom of the table positions, as they are looking to get some points on the table, especially for Leo, who have yet to score points in the Zako series so far. And watch out for Atlas and Tanaro, though. We really hope that Tanaro is able to, at the very least, beat his bad luck gremlins with a good performance here in Sepang, but right now we're gonna have to reserve our thoughts for later, as we have a qualifying session to see who will come out on top. So anyways, let's get on into the qualifying session. I'm Amashita Reza in the commentary booth, and as usual, these days I'm literally the only one in the commentary booth, so bear with me if there are any commentary problems. Again, not really many people actually I'm gonna need to check, because there's a bit of a discrepancy in the race distance, so we're gonna take a slight delay to fix the issue. Again, apologies for the oversight. So we're just going to adjust things a bit, see where we are right now. So, we're gonna need to do a bit of a setting here to adjust the distance for the Sepang 400. It's not actually at 46 laps, it's actually at 37. I want to apologize for the slight delay. So, we are going to resume this session in about a few more seconds time as we're about to get this qualifying session underway. So anyways, if you're here watching the stream, please leave a like and leave a like to show your support to the racing series Hololive GT3 and Formula Hololive, but mostly Hololive GT3 for this weekend. And also leave us a subscribe if you want to see more of these types of contents, Hololive racing. That we have a schedule that we have already placed on Twitter. I'm still calling it Twitter. I don't really care that much. Anyways, feel free to drop a like, subscribe, share this live stream to anyone that is watching the stream. Well, to anyone who is interested in watching. So anyways, the qualifying session, we are about to finally get it underway as we have 20 cars ready to rip through the track. Of course, we are currently having not many cars out. And here's the first car out, and that is Zako in car number 66 for Shishiro. He's coming off a high. Of course, he finished second in the previous race, the Tsukuba 400 in Hololive GT3. Right now, we're looking at Zako looking to get things going. And of course, Rika. Of course, he is actually having a bit of a seesaw between Kanade and Ririka before he eventually chose Ichijo Ririka for him to represent full-time in the JP class. Of course, in both sides of the idle uniforms, Regloss have yet to receive any of these idle uniforms. And also, for all the Japanese people watching who are just tuning in, good afternoon to every one of the Japanese viewers watching. Please leave a comment. 日本語でコメントも OK です。Just want to remind everyone that you can also comment in Japanese. I will be able to read them and see if I could give an appropriate response. I mean, my Japanese isn't fluent, but I'm gonna still try to give it a shot. But anyways, back to Zako, who is representing Ichijo Ririka. Ririka's eccentric gear energy is what attracts Go into this ride. Of course, represented Gaogura in the 2023-24 season. Of course, with no actual full-time drivers in that seat. It was eventually taken by Evelyn Kuromi. And then there's another one of the drivers, Lim Kai, who just missed out on the top 10. And then there's Chanel Markman, who finished third last race at Tsukuba on a track that where the Lexus cars are absolutely very powerful and OP. And here's Callum Gibbons. Missed out on the CEO by just 1 point to Sakaji Mikolev. He's looking to try to get something going for the Robosa. Here's DCM for Omaro Polka. Also missed out on the CEO after an okay start to the qualifiers. And also want to take a look at Tamayuki Aoki, who we're going to talk about her prospects. She is a newcomer, replacing Richie Rod for the foreseeable future after Richie Rod left the series on a pretty ambiguous note, as he didn't really leave any reasons as to why. But anyway, let's go on board to another new driver, Takashi Pen, who is representing Hakui Koyori in number 54, replacing Fabio Mendes. As you can see here, he tried to get a very good exit off of the hairpin at turn 15. It's really a hairpin turn 15, but anyways, final corner. So that for him to prepare for this 1 kilometer long straight, braking just before the 100-meter board into the tight twisty turns 1 and 2. Turn 1, he's already taking it around first gear for as much turn as possible. And in fact, his first gear into the second corner. If you're coming here into turn 3, you should have no problems going flat out in this car. And now coming into the first sector time will be 31.975 for Penn as he tries to trail brake into turn 4. And now coming into turns 5 and 6, you can see here Pin really tries to hook the car into the corner, hangs it around in 4th gear for as much turning as he could. He's not thinking of switching into 3rd gear for a bit of stability in the car. And now coming into this double apex turns 7 and 8. And now going for a pretty decent exit there. You should be able to accelerate in the middle of 7 and 8. Now coming into the turn 9, the hairpin, or the slowest corner on the track. Use the XX road to brake. And now coming into turn 10, he does lift a bit. Turn 10, he wants to play it safe. And now coming into turn 11, braking while turning at the same time is a bit of a theme here in the final sector. And now coming into the sweeping left-hander turn 12, he has to lift a bit because each here the right sides are absolutely cooking. But I mean, they're quite hot as he navigates turns 13 and 14 here. Brake while you turn, coming into turn 13, while at turn 13 to get yourself a good setup at turn 14 as you have this nearly 1 kilometer long back straight into turn 15. The first lap time is being set. Shongo currently is up front at home. Callum Gibbons and Chanel Markman not far behind. Gibbons is absolutely showing up here in the timing boards as Takashi Pen gets out of turn 15 and gets his lap time set, a 2:08.135 for Takashi Pen, who's making his debut in aero competitions. Michael Turner sets his lap time, 2:08.540. Only 2 cars, or rather only 1 car has been able to get close to Shongo within 0.5 of a second here in Sepang. 4 drivers completing their laps. Daniel Barger 7th, Martinez 10th. Sinful gets up into 2nd place. Shows a bit of resurgence here despite not qualifying for the CO Series, as he is currently representing Natsuyori Matsuri, who has been also committing herself to, has been committing against original uniforms as of recently. To see Sinful back in the mix after a disappointing qualifiers campaign. Tanner was only good enough for 15th, now bumped down to the outside the points as he's now down in 17th. Reba up in 4th, Markman 5th, Rio 6th. And as we're still getting okay, at this point all the cars have already set their lap times. We're now at 8 minutes before we finish this qualifying session, and Shongo says he's had enough of his time in his qualifying run as he's pretty happy with the lap so far. While Sinful is looking to get stuck behind Barger, who is only good enough for 10th. Dusiam is currently the best Nissan driver out there, and right now the Lexus cars are getting very good here, showing a lot of pace. Dusiam is only like 1.2 seconds slower than fastest team Lexus driver of Shongo. So expect Team Lexus cars to continue dominating for this race. Not much improvements there for Dusiam in the previous lap. Martinez looking to, or rather, so Martinez, that is Tamayuki Aoki. Takashi Pen gets an improvement on his lap, 2:07.920 for the debutante. Tamayuki Aoki is also doing pretty okay, but Hani Pham currently mired back in 16th. It's something that is a bit of a concern here, but of course they're not really judging. Of course, Regloss is an experimental gen from what they have been telling us, and so right now the idea is that these cars are mostly there for a bit of an R&D to see how Regloss would look in 2025 in ARO competitions in both Hololive GT3 and F-Holo. Hopefully it will be both. Sana continues to bang in laps. Unfortunately, it's only good enough for him to be last, as he's only like 4 seconds behind the pole time of Shongo. So Asano not really there at the races, and you can see he's just really struggling to be confident with the car. Anyways, we have Mamakashu currently behind Asano. He's currently 14th. And also we have Hoshiso Norio, who's currently up in 6th place for Nakiri Ayame. Cal Gibbons is looking to cross the line and see if he can find any improvements, but right now there is not any. Only the Lexus drivers are able to get in within 1 second of the pole position time set by Zako. Fastest Honda and Nissan are only separated by 10 of a second. You can see Kashi actually having a poor run against a very slow Asana, and now Hishino Rio is gonna coming on the inside for the attack. Ooh, really going down the inside there. Rio really thinks of a move, but he's just too far back, and he's pinched down the inside, so he has to let Cashew go. Yimkai and Hanifam currently inside the pits. Shongo just needs to get himself some clean air and no traffic for him to improve on his 206.691 for him to get more comfortable. Of course, the last local driver to win here in Sepang is, I believe, Muhammad Shazan Reza when he won the 2022 Sepang Split A race. Sorry, Sepang Split A race. I thought that was race 2 back in 2022. That was the last time a Malaysian has won race here in Sepang in Hololive GT3. Of course, in 2023, at the likes of Callum Gibbons and Lorenzo Ricci. Actually, no, it's not Lorenzo Ricci. It's Vlasa Damashev, yeah. Lorenzo Ricci, sorry, no, not Lorenzo Ricci. Cal Gibbons and Vlasa Damashev, I believe. The memory's not there, but I know that no Malaysians have won in the last Sepang race in Hololive GT3. But anyways, Shongo is unfortunate to be stuck behind Ridley, who's currently 17th, and Reba, who is currently in 4th. So he's not going to be finding any improvements anytime soon. So let's go on board coming at Reba and see how he is doing. Turner goes down the inside of Pham. Only 0.05 of a second there between Reba and Shongo. He should be good for, at the very least, a front row spot. The defending race winner, who of course last won at the last race of the Hololive GT3 Japan Zako series, of course at Tsukuba and Tsukuba 400, winning for Shishiro Botan. Reba is looking to get himself in it, but unfortunately Turner and Pham are getting closer and closer and closer, and you can see here Dosiem gets an improvement, bumps Rio down in 7th place. So for instance, might have something. Pin is almost there, but not close enough. Aoki just comes into the pits. Barger also barreling down the back straight. And then here is Turner, of course, holding back Reba, so that's not where we're gonna need to take a look at. And also we have Sinful, who had been stuck behind Leo, but now he's stuck no longer. And so we're gonna see how Sinful is gonna do with his lap. He just about has 2 more attempts here in Sepang for this qualifying session for him to get himself up front. Ooh, just at right at the 100-meter board coming into turn 1. You can see here he has confidence in the braking. He had trust that he could stop the car in time and really navigate the corners sublimely. And now Sinful coming into the first sector timing beam, and you can see he's only 2/1000ths of a second behind Sean Goes' pole time. He's currently looking to be in a strong position to get himself a pole position for Natsuhiro Matsuri. Of course, he last won at Motegi in the Motegi 400 Split B race, where he pipped Kizuhara Leo at the line. And now Sinful is gonna try to stake his claim into a promising position, in a promising place to start, as he's currently still on fire here. He's looking very good here in the second sector. And now coming into the second sector timing beams, coming into turn 10, Sinful is only 1/10th of a second slower than Shongo. He's still only going to be good enough for the front row, but he's going to try his luck to get himself a pole position spot. Right now we have the top 5 being covered by Team Lexus cars, and as Sinful navigates himself around turns 13 and 14, coming into the back straight. for one more stretch of the straights before coming into the final turn at turn 15. Sinful needs to just channel that little bit of spark, just channel that little bit of festivities inside of him, but he has chosen to go back to pits. That should be his qualifying run over, unfortunately. Everyone's still stuck behind Hani Pham and Michael Turner, and Tanneral is also going to be causing issues as Sean Go is going to feel a bit comfortable here with his pole position spot. Sunil Markman, though, on the other hand, is currently free from all sorts of traffic, but he does not have enough time to set another lap. And so with that being said, unless Hoshizaro Ryo can provide a massive upset, but there's a bit of damage there on the right side for some reason, it's going to be Sean Go's pole position at home. Anyways, those Sinful, Gibbons, Riba, that should be their lap times done. That should be their qualifying session done. Markman is also going to come into the pits. Rio might have something, but as you can see here, it's already 4 tenths behind already on Shango on the first sector. Meanwhile, Penn is currently at the penultimate corner, turn 14, as he's currently about to finish his lap. Let's see if he can bump down at least Rio for 7th place. Liu will sit in 9th after he gets an improvement suddenly in his lap times. Aoki 10th on her first qualifying session in aero competitions. Barger 11th, Kai 12th, Turner 13th, Martinez 14th, Penn comes into the pits, Kashi 15, Leo 16. Faman and Tanner are the last drivers in the timing, who's currently still making a lap time. You can see here Antaral is being pushed by Michael Turner. Turner is not having it. He's absolutely livid that Antaral is costing him a lot of time. As you can see, they're still racing coming into turn 11, and Michael Turner has finally cleared him, but at what cost, as Antaral is going to have to move away for Hani Pham as well. Oh, nearly collects Hani Pham there. And also Mama Cashew, who is currently, well, sorry, not Cashew, but Shango, who doesn't need to think about it too much. He has pole position secured by virtue of his rivals not pursuing any more laps. And that should be the last of the drivers who are about to cross the line. Well, there is Martinez left, but we're not going to mind about that too much, as that will be it for qualifying, as we have had a bit of a confirmation. Actually, there is a confirmation. The pole sitter is Shango in the number 66 Ichijo Ririka Lexus at home. And now the big question is, will he be able to convert his pole position into a race win in his home turf at home soil? Let's see the starting lineup here for the Sepang 400 Zako Series race. Anyway, Shango and Sinful making up the front row, with Shango sitting on the inside line for pole position for Ichijo Ririka in the number 66 car. He will line up alongside Johan Sinful for Natsura Matsuri in car number 7. Cal Gibbons starts third for Roboco alongside Kaminari Riba 4th. Both of them looking to reclaim their former glories in each of their own respects. Of course, Gibbons represents Roboco and Riba represents Botan. 5th goes to Janelle Markman, who's looking to one-up his 3rd place finish last time out at Tsukuba with a probable 2nd place or maybe even a win for Radin. With Maverick Duciem alongside him, the fastest Nissan for Mara Polka. She's on a Rio 7 for Nakiri Ayame alongside Jake Martinez 8th for Kyoto Xiao. Takahashi Penn starts 9th for Hakui Koiri, with 10th place going to Sakamata Closes Ri Liu, another Malaysian currently racing here locally. Tomoyuki Aoki starts 11th for Shirakami Fubuki, and Daniel Barger starts 12th. We know that he is actually Belarusian, but of course the Belarusian flags are banned in FIA related stuff, and also there is no neutral flag, so bear with me here on his nationality pick. Liam Kai starts 13th for Todoroki Hajime, with Michael Turner 14th for Shirogane Noel, and with Momakashi 15th for Tsunami Watame in the last points paying positions. Kizuhara Leo starts 16th for Murasaki Shion, with 17th Hani Pham for Otonos Kanade. 18th goes to Alpha Santana for Nakamata Kayu. Let's see if he can get himself finally in a points paying position. And also last is Hyuta Asano for Minato Aqua. And that being said, we're about to get this race underway. Shango currently is the favorite to get his car at the line. So we're about to get the cameras ready in a sense. But unfortunately, the cameras are not helping us at the moment. So anyways, we're about to get this race underway with Shango currently in pole position and Johan Senfo alongside him in second. So here's the start of the Sepang 400 for the Hololive GT3 Japan Series Zako Series race. It's of course Shango on pole position, and the race gets underway, and it's a pretty decent launch there by Shango, and it looks like Count Gibbons is also in it. Someone's riding the wall here at the main straight, and as you can see here, Gibbons now on the inside of Johan Senfo coming into turn 1. Looks like someone is still grinding himself in the wall, and there is a crash in front. That is actually Hoshizono Ryo. He got spun at the main straight, and also that will mean that 2 cars will be out at the first corner around the first lap. But Ryo's able to get himself back, and that's Mohamed Cashew. Having suspension issues at the start, he will not take any further part in this race. Anyway, Shango starts. Alright, Shango is in the lead. Gibbons second, Sinful third, Markman fourth, Riba fifth, Takashi Pin in sixth, Martinez seven, and there's more battles further back. As you can see, Antara has been gaining a lot at the start. Since he started 18th, he's now up in 13th place, up 5 positions from the start. And also just wanted to check if the safety car has been cleared, and Kashi has finally been transported back into the pit lane. Meanwhile, the racing continues here in Sepang. We're about to get this first of 37 laps concluded. As you can see here, Go continues to maintain a pretty decent lead at turn 1 coming into turn 11. Meanwhile, Turner beats DuCM. DuCM almost went off the track, almost crashed. So here is, of course, the rest of the 18-car field, currently still barreling down at the racetrack to get themselves in a good position for high position finishes. Anyways, Sinful currently losing second place to Count Gibbons, who's had a pretty good launch coming into turn 1. Anyway, Shango currently leading the field as he's about to start the second lap. He is enjoying this moment. He has, of course, tasted a bit of what the lead feels like at the last race at Tsukuba. And now here in Sepang, he is currently in charge of holding the race lead. Anyways, just checking back on the rest of the field here of potential battles here. DuCM is getting close to Michael Turner, who is currently holding himself up in 10th. And also taking a look at Jake Martinez, who have built up a gap against Aoki, who is currently lost a good amount of touch against Martinez. She's currently down in 8th place. Now you can see here we have Turner now going down the inside of Liam Kai. Liam Kai, of course, having to defend around the outside against Michael Turner. And now Michael Turner is going to probably make a switchback move for him to get himself into 9th place against Liam Kai. Down the inside goes Michael Turner but he's not in a favorable position coming into turn 10. Liam Kai manages to place his car in a good position for him to defend. And now Turner's gonna try again trying to force Kai off position. And now you can see here Liam Kai tries to get something off of Kai, but Kai manages to hold his ground very, very well. And now DuCM is going to use a straight line advantage of the Nissan cars. Going to probably make a move down the inside, coming into turn 15. They're both alongside now. And he is still side by side with Turner as he still maintains the outside line. And you can see here, Shango now sets the fastest lap of the race as DuCM and Turner still go side by side coming into turn 1. They're both neck and neck. Turner has a great inside line coming to turn 1, but it's going to be DuCM hanging around the inside of turn 2, but Turner holds his line exiting turn 2 and now into the turn 3, where you need as much grip as possible for you to maintain your speed. Turner manages to defend his position, and DuCM will have to fight another day. Anyways, back on to the current racing situation here. Shango currently leads this race by over 1.4 seconds over Callum Gibbons. Looking at the race field monitor, a lot of the drivers are going to be pitting pretty early here. And as you can see here, Asano and Leo will be pitting quite early at around laps 10 to 11. That will be the estimate. DuCM will pit much earlier, and I fear that he will be pitting way too early and he'll have to pit again. Same goes from Liam Kai. And as for Shango, he doesn't need to think about it too much, as he won't be pitting until the mid stages of this race. Chanel Martin's going to go for an overcut strategy. So that's also something that we need to pay attention to. Al Santaro won't be pitting until around laps 12 to 13. So that's also something that he's going to need to pay attention. Putting that V8 engine to work there, Shango, as he's about to complete 3 laps here in Sepang circuit. What should be a gutsy affair. Of course, the next pit stops will come in the next 2 or 3 laps or so, as Shango continues to edge ahead of his competitors with a 2:06.788. Gibbons is able to somewhat respond, but the gap is still at 1.4 seconds. Here's another battle. I want to take a look here. Here's Reba and Penn. Reba now down the inside. Penn has to defend around the outside at turn 2, and now coming into turn 3. Penn manages to squeeze Reba offline, and that will continue to put Penn in a good position. Now it's a Team Honda car currently in 5th place with Jake Martinez currently down there. Also, DuCM was held up there at the start, which actually caused him to lose a lot of positions. Of course, he was one of the faster team Nissan cars in the field, and now he should be able to get himself back in decent position once pit stops will cycle. But of course, one of the biggest gainers from lap 1 is of course Penn, who started 9th, is now up in 6th. Kai and Turner gained 4 places respectively. And Taro, of course, the biggest gainer, who started 18th, who's now up into 13th. But right now he's going to try his absolute best to catch up to Liu and defend against Barger. The Hokkaido representative has had a very rough season in Hololive GT3 up to this point. Now there's a battle on the inside here. That's Asano and Pham. Both Southeast Asian forces representing Hololive members. You can see here. Oh, and Pham nearly going off wide there at turn 11. Now he's gone way off wide, and that's going to compromise his line and speed, and he's going to be under pressure from Kizuhara Leo. Hoshizuna Ryo is still in this race. Mind you, he's only 10 seconds back of Pham and Leo, but he should be able to get himself back in position. Of course, he was spun. Not sure who is the driver that we need to talk about, because I believe we made contact with DuCM. And speaking of DuCM, here's DuCM down the inside of Michael Turner for 10th place. All DuCM needs to do is to stretch his legs, for as much as he can. Of course, using that Nissan's straight line speed to his advantage. Before Michael Turner has anything to say about it, his late braking is going to make himself work. And also Liam Kai going very, very wide there for some reason. And that's going to open the door for Turner to really, really attack. Duciem needs to close the door as soon as possible. He's going to go for a long way out and see if he can stretch his legs. And right now they're still side by side coming into turn 4. Ooh, and as you can see here, Duciem actually has a very good run up on turn 4 and crucially has the inside light coming into turn 5. Hanging around the inside goes Duciem, and as the Omaru Polka number 46 manages to get in front of Michael Turner, who's representing Shirogane Noel. Meanwhile, Ryu messed up his approach coming into turn 7 and 8. Antaro's going to go down the inside. Antaro has been looking for this moment since the start of the 24 season. But right now, he is looking to, at the very least, maintain his spot in the points. And here's Daniel Barker down the inside. Ryu down the inside of Michael Turner. More battles side by side. This is Hololive GT3 at its finest. Michael Turner manages to defend. And Tannerau also manages to defend. Lots of drivers looking to make their first pit stops in the next lap or two. And of course, they will be having a serious risk of pitting this early. Remember, they will have to pit again if they pit this at this stage of this race. And if they don't have enough fuel. If they underfield their cars and they underfield the car too much, then at the start of this race, then they're gonna have a serious risk of having to make one scheduled pit stop and another scheduled pit stop. And of course, wasting a lot of time in the pit lane is not the most ideal. A lot of these drivers. Anyways, it's a false alarm for the yellow flag that's still being flying. That's because apparently the ghost of Cassio's car is still in the main straight. But anyways, we're gonna get back on proceedings as we now see Kai, Duciem, and Ryu making a pretty brief pit stop from what we're seeing. Kai and Ryu and looks like Duciem as well. They have already made their way into the pit stop, and of course we have a bit of confirmation. They have pitted way too early. They've underfielded themselves too much, and they're gonna have to pit again. Same, this should be the case for all these three drivers. They're just about out of racing win contention, but then again, there was Neil Markman in Tokachi in Formula Hololive, so it might surprise. Anyway, Johnston, we're getting close to Callum Gibbons. Sinful currently catching up to Gibbons there, and Gibbons is of course catching up to Shango, who is gonna be hitting much later in this race. Callum Gibbons is of course going to match his strategy stride for stride. Sinful, on the other hand, will be pitting slightly earlier. Tomoyuki Aoki is now being called into the pits right now as her fuel load has almost completely evaporated and vanish, of course, after the fuel was of course being used for the car to be powered. Three Nissans currently inside the podium spot with a further two more in 4th and 5th. Pin is also about 3.2 seconds back behind Riba and Markman. And there's also Jake Martinez trying to pile on the pressure. Martinez trying to get things done. And here is of course Tomoyuki Aoki coming into the pit as we have mentioned earlier. And looking at the gas between Duciem and Ryu, Duciem is about 30 seconds back. So Duciem's battle is probably with Aoki. Then again, let's take a look into Aoki. Of course, she will be pitting soon as well in this race again, as she miscalculated her fuel loads at the start. Anyways, Martinez and Pin currently at a stalemate as Pin continues to hang on in 6th place, losing touch to Ripa by the sectors. 2CM has crossed the line. Aoki has just managed to get herself out ahead of 2CM. Remember, 2CM already has quite the warm tires right now. The Hong Kong driver is looking to get things going against the newcomer driver from Japan, of course, Tamayuki Aoki. A bit of a trivia for all of you involved. She holds dual nationalities, both Great Britain and Japan. So she will find the company of Sean Polly and Tyler Williams to be quite an interesting sight. Meanwhile, Pham and Asano, you can see here Asano almost skidded herself out of the track, trying to move away against Hani Pham, who manages to move around the inside of turn 10, because Asano, I believe, made a move down the inside of Pham at turn 9, which it turns into the inside line at turn 10. And Pham manages to convert a defensive move into a defensive move. Meanwhile, down the inside, we saw Jake Martinez and Pin, the Concept Nissan and the Definitive Honda, now going side by side. But here we see Pin with his straight line speed being used in full effect there. There's now really side by side coming into turn 1. Nothing really much separating between the two. As you can see here, Martinez has to take it easy at the inside of turn 2. Pin has to back off, and that should be Martinez up in 6. And Taro now in 8th place right now. He needs to at the very least keep this car in one piece. He doesn't want any more mechanical failures. He doesn't want to have any more crashes. He doesn't want to have any more spins. All Antaro wants is to get his car, the Nekomata Kayu Nissan number 5, into the finish line. He, of course, crashed out at Sportsline Sogo. He, of course, was involved in the end of that lap 1 incident. He was also involved in a lap 1 crash at the back of the field at Autopolis. In Okayama, he was spun by So Byung-eun coming into the pit lane. And Fuji, he balled his chances of at the very least securing a top 5. Well, actually, just give himself a bit of an update. He does finish at Fuji. Just wanted to have a bit of a correction. He does finish at Fuji, but he has not finished inside the points. All he needs is a points finish, and he needs to make sure that he's got the right mindset and mentality for him to keep that Okayu number 5 on track. This is what he needs to do. If he can just do that, he should be able to bring his car to the finish line, and it should do him a lot of favors. That should be a move here as Martinez also now comes into the pits. Also Michael Turner, who has been overtaken by Daniel Barger. Looks like it's Hani Pham coming into the pits. Let's look at Jake Martinez, his fuel load as he's about to come into the pits. Pin, Kizara Leo also being called into the pits pretty soon. And for Jake Martinez, it should be a full tank of fuel. That should be his only pit stop. This is where the one-stop pit window has now opened as Hani Pham and of course Jake Martinez coming to have a pretty long service in the pit lane right now as he's looking to get himself in there. And that's a pretty okay pit stop for Martinez. Pham stays in 14th place at the moment. Meanwhile, we have Sinful and Gibbons looking to spar themselves between each other for 2nd place. And here comes Sinful down the inside of Gibbons at turn 9. Gibbons should be able to defend this place, his place no problem in turn 10. So Sinful needs to find another avenue for attack. Into turn 12. And now coming into turn 13 and 14, Sinful is only 0.3 of a second behind Gibbons. As you can see, he's trying to go around the outside to find as much momentum as possible. But he, of course, it has lost a good amount of time doing so, going out wide like that. Currently, the Team Lexus drivers, they are not looking to pit for quite some time. Sinful will not be pitting until the next 10 laps, given to the next 13. We will be pitting until the next 11. Michael Turner, I believe, has yet to make his pit stop. Ribbo won't be pitting until the next 7 laps. Jake Martinez and Hani Pham should be good until the end of this race. And right now, Martinez is currently in 13th. Pin is in the pits. Same goes for Kizuhara Leo as he's about to be called in, as well as Daniel Barger. Let's complete here in the Sepang 400 Zako series race, and right now he's doing pretty okay in where he is at the moment. Well, there is also Asano, who is currently in 9th place, or rather 8th place right now. He's also yet to make his pit stop. Jake Martinez has just crossed the line. He's already made his full he's already had his full tank of fuel right now. Barger looks to be the first car out, or rather it will be Pin who will be the first car out. He actually beats Jake Martinez. So right now Pin is hoping that he could use this undercut strategy to full effect, because right now he is ahead of Jake Martinez. He actually beats Martinez by virtue of pitting slightly later. Well, I think they share virtually the same spot in the starting lineup. But anyways, Pham is in 17th place, now under pressure, not trying to attack Liam Kai. Hani Pham now down the inside of Liam Kai. They both have a bit of a history between each other, of course. Pham has direct relations to Chanel Markman, who, of course, they both have a driving relationship for each other. As Pham trying to get close to Kai, but now Kai's his win for now. Here's Sinful. Meanwhile, against Callum Gibbons, he just needs a very good exit off of that final corner. Of course, the same. So he needs to use his racecraft to full effect. Around the outside goes Sinful. Of course, just nothing so far. And Asano comes into the pits right now, and I believe he's also going to go for a full tank of fuel. He will be sure to lose to Martinez and Aoki and DCM. But if there's going to be a bit of a surprise due to a very quick pit stop by Asano, this will give a whole set of surprises for everyone. Right now, Asano is currently stationary inside the pit lane, and let's see if there is anything to note. UCM also coming into pit for a second time after the pit stop miscalculations. Asano gets out of the pit box, and he's looking to continue the rest of the race as it is. Tomoyuki Aoki is already past Asano. Daniel Barger as well. He should be ahead of Hani Pham. DCM, Liu, Kai, and Lee will have to pit again. I believe Kizuhara Leo has already made his second pit stop. There he is. So we now have Leo, Kai, Liu, and DCM currently outside of title winning contention. Meanwhile, we have Shongo continuing to rip through the stage. Will it be a pole win conversion for the local boy? And here's DCM in 16th place. So I'm gonna give a bit of a recap to what has actually happened. Here's a look at Muhammad Cashew, who has had a bit of an issue with the car, of course. You see here, he's got a very mangled car. That Botan car is, of course, looking very much second-handed. Meanwhile, Sinful again gets close to Gibbons, but almost makes contact and spins him out. Which the stewards won't be taking this very lightly. Tanaro is pitting right now. Here is Pin just exiting the turn 14. Tanaro, of course, going to spend a good amount of time in the pit. Hopefully his pit stop cycle won't be too slow. And he's looking to maintain his spot, at the very least inside the top 10. Tanaro no longer stationary inside that pit box. Martinez is now down the main straight alongside Pin. Here's Tanaro still having to adhere to this pit lane limiter. But he should be only losing a few positions as he's now up into 11th place. Of course, pending other drivers making pit stop. Tanaro has very fresh tires and is in a serious position to at the very least grab a top 10. Let's just hope that he's able to at the very least be there to secure a top 10 finish. And if he could end his if he could end his bad luck streak here in Sepang, there's no doubt in my mind that he should be able to at the very least salvage something from this Zako series season. On board Tanaro's Okayu machine as he's currently trying to catch himself up into this one. Meanwhile, Aoki and Martinez now going side by side as Aoki's looking to stake her claim inside 9th place. As you can see here, Martinez has to defend Aoki, but Aoki has a very good launch off of turn 9 into turn 10, and she is currently up in a few positions. She is up in 9th. Of course, she's not really a Tsukuba, she's more of a Nosaki, but of course Daniela Goyena has the Sada Pecora number 11 seat, so she has to take the next available ride. Of course, it does find Fubuki to be very, very nice, so that is where she is right now. Anyways, Aoki. Now coming down the inside of Takahashi Pin, she is on a roll right now with those fresh tires. She's looking to get her Fubuki number 22 energized. The Fubuki car has not seen this level of a performance for quite some time. The Foxy number 22 has made her move down the inside against Pin, and Pin is looking to counter. But right now, there's not much of an answer for the Hakui Koyori number 54 driver. Anyways, back into the racing scene here. We still have Johansson, Full, Gibbons, Reba, and Markman just about forming a trolley train, as Gibbons is still unable to catch up to Sean Go. Remember, both Go and Gibbons are currently in a similar pit stop strategy, so right now it's going to be Go who's going to come out as a winner if the pit stops are kind to Go. So Gibbons just hopes that there might be some external factors coming in, and hoping that he should be in a position to win his first race of 2024. Again, a pretty hot day in Sepang circuit as Reba comes into the pits. Where is Aoki in all of this? Aoki is currently at turn 9, and knowing the pit stop cycles for the Team Lexus cars, look, just about all of the Lexus cars still remaining in this race are currently inside the top 7 positions. Reba still stationary inside his pit box. Aoki barreling down the back straight. Reba is still stationary, and also just wanted to notice that the Lexus cars are taking a considerable amount of time to get their car serviced, but we spoke too soon as Reba has now finally got himself out of the car. It's going to be another Lexus sweep, as of course Aoki is now having to make herself another pit stop again. But anyways, Martinez and Pin, I believe for Aoki, she has made a pit stop miscalculation there on her first stop. That's why she's gonna have to make another pit stop. But anyways, Martinez making his move against Pin. He's now up in 8th place. And here's Sinful trying to catch himself up against Gibbons. The Lexus cars are showing up here in the Zako series. The Lexus cars obviously showing a lot of strength and potential after most of the Lexus cars fell out of the CEO series spots where they had a good chance of it in Sportsline Tsugo. But anyways, this might be redemption. This might be redemption for Team Lexus, having all of the 7 remaining Lexus cars currently inside the top 7. Yeah, we had reached the halfway stages of this race so far, and right now we still have Sinful trying to mount a challenge against Gibbons, but Gibbons is still pretty much too good for Sinful for him to be overtaken. Oh, here's desperation for Sinful. He's trying to go for places he should not be looking for an overtaking chance. Meanwhile, here's Barger against Antanarao, who are currently side by side against each other. Aoki just got herself out in 15th place. The beginning spinner right now, what everyone to highlight, Antanarao gains 8 positions from the start, and if he can stay where he is right now, he's looking at his first points position, first points paying finish in Hololive GT3 this season. Of course, he's been amazing in Formula Hololive so far, securing a top 5 finish in his split for him to get into the CEO Cup. Just wanted to check on Aoki's progress right now, as she is looking to at the very least try to catch up. And looking into the current situation here in Sepang, it's still pretty okay right now. It's broad daylight. The sun is shining. And of course, we still have 18 Hololive GT3 cars still racing here in Sepang. Sinful, meanwhile, is looking to get himself closer to Gibbons, see if there's anything that he could salvage. And here comes Barger and Antanarao for 10th place. See if Barger can get a good run here off of turn 6, and it looks like a good run, but Antanarao should be able to keep this position secure. And now coming into the exit, turn 8 into turn 9. Will Barger take a move down the inside? He's too far back. Anyways, we now have Johan Sinful coming into the pits, and as with Riba, we're not going to expect Martinez to steal that position away. But in the eyes of Riba, he might just be able to steal something for Sinful. And Sinful now gets himself out on track. He's gonna look for an undercut strategy to beat Go and Gibbons. Oh, by the way, here's Sean Go right now. He's in the lead. And here is Liam Kai. He has been overtaken by Sean Go, as Go now sets his sights on Liu. Well, lap cars are already playing a part in this race, but how much are they going to play a part in, let's say, deciding the race winner? Because multiple times in aero competitions where have been the case where, there are multiple cases in aero competitions where lap cars have a correlation on how the race winner develops, on how a race winner is crowned. Of course, no blue flag rules in Assetto Corsa is the reason why such is the case, as Sinful manages to get ahead of Riba. It's all gonna take a slow and stubborn lap car to cause troubles for the leaders and for basically the competition to bunch themselves up. He's about 3 to 4 seconds there ago against Liu. Bit of an update right here. Reba getting close to Sinful. It's not close enough. Meanwhile, Barger's looking for every nook and cranny that he can find against Taro for him to get himself up into the top 10. Meanwhile, Taro is not going to take this line down as the clouds are rolling in here at Sepang. This should help with cooling down the tires. If the tires are too hot, then this will be a lifesaver for you. But let's say if your tires are in the just right temperature, then you're going to need to force yourself to work those tires harder for them to remain in their optimal temperature. And as for Taro, as we're looking into his onboard, here's Rio coming in for his pit stop. Here's Reba and Sinful making good clearance against Rio. And Rio's taking an unnecessarily long amount of time in the pits. Just want to check what's happened because we're seeing that there's no damage. And that should be Rio's exit from the pit lane. And that is that's a very uncomfortably long time in the pit lane, as he's fuming that the pit crew are not up to the task. And so he's going to be overtaken by both Taro and Barger. So Rio's going to have a huge say in his battle against Barger. And as you can see here, Barger has to be shuffled off wide because he has to accommodate Rio. And that's going to open the door. Of course, that's going to give Taro some breathing space for him to get himself, to collect himself before he has to deal with Barger once again. And now both of these Nissans are currently inside the top 10. And Taro's enjoying it just a bit, but he knows that he needs to keep bringing his car in the points and into the finish line. Jake Martinez is 14 seconds behind Reba. Reba is of course 7 seconds behind Sinful. Turner, Gibbons and Go will be pitting at the same time. At least that is what the predictions will be. They will have around 5 laps for them to do so. Meanwhile, Barger and Rio have traded places, but not before. Barger's gonna go down the inside because Rio has made the move against Barger in a compromising position at turn 7 and 8. And now at turn 9, Barger's gonna be able to pull one back at the very least, or at least try to. And another side-by-side battle between Hani Pham and Hyuta Asano. Pham manages to defend. Meanwhile, here's Tanaro with a very, very fast car. He's looking to make a move against Tanaro as soon as possible. Around the outside goes Ojizono Ryu, makes contact with Tanaro. This is not what Tanaro wants, as he's now going to be under pressure from Daniel Barger. His standing inside top 10 is currently at huge risk. Tanaro goes down the inside against, or rather, Barger goes down the inside against Taro, and Taro has to hang around the outside. And he's not able to do so. Barger's now up in 10th. A valiant effort by Taro, but he knows that he needs to bring his car to the finish line. At the very least, he did so at Fuji, despite, of course, being completely out of contention for the CEO and all that. Now trying to think of Pham and Asano behind him. He's currently in the middle of a sandwich. That's not really what he wants. And here we have Sean Go coming into the pits and Callum Gibbons responding. It's not going to be a case of which pit crew does their pit stops the best. Gibbons hopes that he will do one better than Sean Go, and also hope that Go's pit crew have a bit of a mistake. And now Chanel Markman will take the lead temporarily, as he's looking to stretch his field for as long as he can. Michael Turner and Chanel Markman, the last drivers to make their pit stop. Michael Turner, of course, going for the aggressive overcut strategy, as well as Chanel Markman. So they will also these will also share pit stop strategies. Go gets out first. Gibbons gets out second. It's going to be Sean Go maintaining the lead. Sean Go really needs this win. He really absolutely needs this win. He's tried to win for Minato Aqua, but that has not come into fruition. He's tried his hand on racing for Gaogura, and that also has not come to plan either. And now it's gonna be Sean Go with his third virtual YouTuber represented. Of course, he now represents Ishiro in this number 66 Lexus. Will he be able to maintain his spot up top and home, no less? But anyways, we are now currently at I believe we're past the halfway stage here in the Sepang 400. Just wanted to give a bit of a congratulatory message to Shiro and Novella, who have recently just showcased her new 3D model, and of course it's one step closer to new idol uniforms. And right now we're now waiting for Biju and Nerissa and Fuwamoko for their reveals. Let's see if they have something in store. Let's see if these other members have something in store for them. Well, they're gonna be showing us something in store. The prediction is that they will be sharing their bright uniforms in the Advent Collab stream, Advent Collab 3D stream. I believe so. That I'm gonna be hugely surprised if in the Breaking Dimensions concert they will not be using any form of idol uniform. I'm sure that they will be using their bright uniforms. But anyways, back under racing seat, 19 laps complete, as you see Sinful trying to get close to Gibbons, and now you can see he's also just desperate for an overtaking move wherever he could find. Goes only 5 seconds behind Michael Turner, and he has the tires, he's got the fuel. He's gonna try to get himself into it. Meanwhile, Asano makes his move against Hani Pham down the inside at turn 15. It's gonna be an Aqua and Okayu battle if Asano manages to hang on to his 12th place position. Leo's gonna be set to score his first points. Same goes for Hani Pham, but of course his predecessor Elise has scored already for Otonose Kanade. Tomoyuki Aoki will be is going to be scoring a solitary point. UCM, Liu, and Kai will be out of the points if they stay where they are at the moment. Asano manages to defend against Hani Pham after a great move down the inside at turn 15. Meanwhile, we have Gibbons now losing touch against Shango. The gap's now opened up to 15 seconds. That's going to open the door for Sinful and Riba for a move against Gibbons for P2. It's now Rayson who gets that second place finish, and right now, with Shango being unstoppable, it's going to be a case of either one of those three drivers getting things done. We're still looking into some other potential fights that we're looking at. Sinful currently in 5th place. Again, this is the same battle that we've been talking about. So here's a look at Asano and Pham chasing Atara. Obviously, Atara's lost touch to Barger. 20 laps complete in the Sepang 400 Zako Series race. Markman currently leads, but of course he's gonna be set to concede his lead to Go. But of course Markman knows how to do an overcut strategy before. Well, he actually does an undercut strategy on road for his debut win for Tsukuba Raden. Anyways, here's Sinful now down the inside of Reva. He has been coming, but now Sinful is gonna try to hang around the outside and see if he's able to get himself a spot. As you can see, he's gonna try to get a very good exit off of turn 11. He's going to count to nothing to turn 12. But if he get very close in the exit of turn 14, then there's no doubt in my mind that he should be able to get a move done by the end of turn 15. But here's where Sinful is. Pretty decent exit. He's actually gaining by quite a degree of not, but of course he's not close enough for what we're seeing here. You can see here on the radar on the bottom right of your screen that just shows you how far he is. Ooh, you can see here Sinful just trying to bide his time. Still nothing comes out of it so far, so let's take a look back into the rest of the field. Let's see how the rest of the drivers have been faring. Liam Kai currently down in 18th place for Todoroki Hajime, not the race that he has in mind. Ryu is not performing at home for Sakamata Chloe, and here's Ducey M16 for Omar Polka. Both of them having errors in judgment when it comes to their pit stop strategy. Same goes for Aoki and Leo. So the 13 drivers who only did one stop. Of course, there is Hanifam, Asano, Antaro, and Barger, who are currently occupying 10th to 13th. Meanwhile, here's Riva and Sinful and Gibbons in a 3-car train right now. Nothing is coming out of it still so far. Still a Lexus show with 6 Lexus cars making up the podium spots. Or rather, 6 Lexus cars making up the top 6. The Lexus sweep up until 6. Well, here's Liam Kai. Here's Chanel Markman. Okay, here's a look at Sinful, and right now he's in 5th, still trying to catch Callum Gibbons. And looking into the weather right now, it's still pretty much sunny here with not much clouds to cover. You can see here Michael Turner has a 208.344, Chongo has a 206. So Go is actually catching up to Michael Turner, and no, Turner has yet to pit, Chongo has already pitted. So Go is absolutely showing his skills as a race car driver. Right now, just trying his absolute best to get himself further up. And here's still Go now catching up at a serious amount of pace against Michael Turner. Go against Turner, it was at 1.7 seconds at the start of the lap. Now it's now dropped down to 1.2 seconds. That just shows you how much Turner has been struggling with the tires. But of course, looking into the race field monitor, Turner will be pitting until the next 6 laps at max. But at the very least, Turner can hold Go up, and Markman has a very, very quick overcut pit stop where he doesn't need to spend too much time filling in fuel and him just changing the tires. Then it's gonna do him an absolute wonder for him. Meanwhile, more battles as Aoki and Leo trade blows between each other, as now Leo's now dropping down to 15th, Aoki 14th. He's on board Leo as he's trying to catch, but nothing is But nothing fruitful for Leo so far. And Markman finally comes into the pits. Shongo nearly making a move against Michael Turner. Turner's gonna have a taste on what the race lead feels like for at least one lap. As Shongo continues to. Oh, and never mind. Michael Turner also comes into the pits. Looks like it was their time, anyways. And the gap between Go and Gibbons sit at 21 seconds. That just shows you how much of a race the local guy is having right now. The right equipment, the right driver, the right venue, and for the right job. That is what Shongo is currently experiencing right now. And is currently leading the Sepang 400 split Zako series race. That's a long wait for Michael Turner. He's still currently barreling through the pit lane, and now Jake Martinez should be able to clear Michael Turner, as he's going to continue to have a decent haul of top 10 finishes for Martinez. He of course finished, I believe, 6th last race at Tsukuba, and he's now in a serious position to at the very least hold on to another 6th place finish to mark his Dark Horse title challenge. Shongo, the predictions, the forecast will be that Go will take the race lead away from Riba, who's currently in 5th place. And speaking of battles here, Gibbons now trying to catch Markman, who has absolutely beaten Gibbons in strategy. The overcut strategy working wonders for Markman. And for Michael Turner, he's currently down in 7th. And meanwhile, here we have Sinful down the inside. Gibbons once again having to defend. Here's Gibbons still maintaining his spot up front. Hoshizano still stays in 9th place where he is at the moment. And then here's Michael Turner 7th. The only 2 Lexus cars that are not inside the top 5. We have Shongo at a 207.379. Let's see where Chanel Markman has. Liam Kai currently at turns 5 and 6. Shongo just exiting turn 2. 248.840. We're gonna have to go to the last lap. Was him inside pits. Gibbons 209.034. Silver's gonna try to capitalize on Gibbons being slow by finding a way past, but of course this is gonna be very difficult given that there's not much of a straight line speed for Team Lexus. But they're very amazing in the corners though. Lap 24 this race, and of course Shongo still maintains control over this race with an iron fist. Talking his BB airsoft guns, which he also applied in his hobby. As for Team Honda, Takashi Pen in his debut race for Hakui Port has been doing pretty okay. He's currently up in 8th place and looking to get himself up higher in the race rankings, as he's looking to find a way to catch up to Michael Turner. Also trying to steer clear of Rio. $13 laps to go here in Sepang circuit, and right now Sinful, of course, as close as he can get himself to. It's just that Gibbons has a very good car for defense, and he should be able to maintain his 3rd place. Congo 207.379. Let's see where Markman leads his ride in number 67 car to. 2:06.472, fastest lap of the race so far. So Markman is actually catching Chonggo by around 2 seconds a lap. And right now, there's not much separating between Markman and Go. There's no lap cars separating between Markman and Go. So if, let's say, Go gets stuck behind lap cars, then it's gonna cause a lot of trouble. Meanwhile, Jake Martinez is about to be overtaken by Michael Turner. Michael Turner is hung around the outside in that Nissan. So he's gonna try to make use of that straight line speed to have himself clear for as long as he can. But here's Michael Turner now switching down the inside. Switchback move for Michael Turner. But will Jake Martinez hang on the inside of turn 2 at least? The answer is yes for now. But it's Michael Turner on the inside at turn 3, the preferred line at turn 3. And it will be Michael Turner making it a Lexus first to 6 sweep. All aboard Michael Turner as he's continuing to get himself closer. It's getting pretty cloudy in some parts of Malaysia, but it's still pretty sunny, as we're still having a pretty good competition between these 3 Lexus cars for 3rd place. 24 seconds separating between Go and Gibbons. Here's Sean Go at the main straight. Kai just exits turn 2 and now is in the middle of turn 3. Goes now back at a 2:06. Will Sharon Markman respond? Yes, he does. 2:06.42, fastest lap of the race so far for Chanel Markman and Jufu K. Raden. And now we can see here that it's starting to get pretty cloudy here in Sepang Circuit as well, as the sun isn't really showing. Here it starts to get a bit overcast. There's some cloud cover right now above the circuit. Mark Turner has already a 2 seconds of a lap faster lap time than Jake Martinez. And you can see here Markman has not been able to get himself in the inroads against Shango. And of course, but then again, both of them are still faster than Gibbons, who is trying his best to hang on to 3rd place. He did grab a podium finish at Sportsman Tsukuba, but that's been his only podium finish of the season so far. He's gonna try to match his podium run here in Sepang. Getting pretty tired right now in commentary and all that stuff. Against Takashi Pen, he's gonna try to give Pen a challenge. Ooh, possible move down the inside for Rio. It's too far back. We're about to get 28 laps complete here in Sepang Circuit of the Zako Series race here in the Tsukuba 400. Markman pulls away against Gibbons. Go and Markman, still nothing separating between the two. As you can see here, Rio really trying to find creative lines for him to make the pass against Takashi Pen, and now he goes down the inside against Pin. That was almost a great move there, but he just gets himself pinched, and that should be Pin managing to stay around the inside line, but now he's going to shift around the outside as Rio's going to move down the inside. Goes down the inside, goes Hoshizono Rio. Will Pin be able to respond? It's just about yes for now, but he does have a good run at turn 1. He's absolutely going to try to peel himself down the inside. And down the inside goes Takahashi Pen. He has the outside line at turn 2 crucially, but can he be able to hang on? The answer is going to be no. Hoshizuna Ryo is now in 8th place. 10 laps to go here in Sepang National Circuit. Around 50 kilometers left of racing to go. Meanwhile, we have Ryo currently in a favorable position right now, and also Martinez in 7th. Should be able to catch. And also we have Shongo currently in 6th. Markman slowly catching up. Where's Shongo with Liam Kai? Liam Kai is not at turn 3. Shongo is at turn 1. Shongo currently controlling this race while it gets pretty cloudy here in Sepang. Will there be slight drizzles? That will be the big question because we're now using live weather. Right now it's looking pretty okay so far. The clouds are now covering the circuit, which should mean that track temperature should be going down a bit in some areas. Meanwhile, Ryo has pulled away against Penn. And Tarao now catching himself back up against Barker for this battle for top 10. Progress charts wise, Michael Turner has gained a lot of positions, starting from 14th to 6th. Also has credits to Tarao, who started in 18th, is now up into 11th. Because losers, of course, got to be DuCM, who has lost 10 positions from the start. Unfortunate for him. After judgmental error by the pit crew. Basically cost him a decent top 10 finish. Now 30 seconds separate between Gibbons and Shongo. That being said, looking into other drivers right now who's having pretty lonely races so far. Liam Kai 18th, Leo 17th, DuCM 16th. Kizaru Leo 15th, Aoki 14th. Last of the 3 debutants as Hani comes as well. Last comes in 13th. Taro might be going down the inside of Daniel Varga if he can find a chance. Of course, we have Taraus still trying to catch Daniel Barker for position. And meanwhile, if you're looking about the championship complexions, the Lexus cars are definitely going to occupy top 7 at this rate. But expect some huge changes to Team Lexus, as they're going to be seeing a heavy nerf coming into their next race at Motegi and Suzuka. And also for the next Suyo Series race at Sepang, the Lexus cars are also going to be seeing a massive nerf as well. Laps complete. 8 laps to go here in Sepang circuit for the Sepang 400 Zako series race. Penn is doing everything he can to at least maintain his 9th place finish. This should be a pretty decent debut race for him. Of course, this is the same result that Fabio Mendes had. It's also the same track Fabio Mendes made his debut as well. So there might be a deja vu coming up for Penn, as maybe this will be we might actually have the same circumstances as Fabio Mendez's departure. And now on board Takashi Pens is number 54, Hakui Honda there. Really trying to navigate turn 7 and 8. He tried to go flat out turn 8, but he just carried too much speed. And that compromises his run into turn 9 as well, so that also says a lot. So we have Shongo now currently at turn 4, and then we have Liam Kai currently at turns 5 and 6. So the possibility of lap cars going in the way of leaders are still going to be something of a possibility. You can see there Shongo there in the background as Liam Kai passes through into this straight in between turn 6 and turn 7. And here's Liam Kai in Shongo's is on board. That just shows you that they are closing at a rate of 9. Gibbons continues to fall behind Markman. Shongo continues to pull away against Markman, but again, you can see here Markman is actually closed back up in a rated on. Markman is gonna go for his back-to-back wins for Jufute Raden. If he absolutely is gunning for it. Ooh, really using the car to full effect and using the racing line to its most effective. Shongo against Liam Kai. Liam Kai is only a few centimeters, seconds away between each other. Meanwhile, DCM has now moved Kizaru Leo into outside of the points positions as DCM now gets himself into 15th place. Kizaru Leo, who is going to have a serious risk of not scoring points for the second consecutive race in the Zako series. As Leo continues to really find something against. Oh, that really was getting very close there to Leo, though. Leo is gonna try to stick with it. And Taro still inside the points-paying positions after 30 laps and after 75% of the race is completed. And Taro is looking very, very positive for his chances to get himself into a points-paying position for the first time in 2024. Something to be excited for if you are Onigiriya after seeing months of struggle for Antara and Nakamoto Akaya. It will finally come to an end in a few laps time, as they're going to start lap 32, 31 laps complete. They still have a job to do. And now we have Shongo now stuck behind the lap car of Liam Kai, and if he struggles to get past Liam Kai, watch out for Chanel Markman. There may be only like just about 5 laps to go, and around the outside goes Shongo, and he makes light work of Liam Kai. Great stuff there from Shongo to easily dispatch the lap car, but will there be surprises from Liam? The answer is no. First lap car of the race on merit, and that will be in the form of Liam Kai. Shongo continues to rom himself to a win. Feels like nothing is stopping this Ichijori number 66 from winning Hololive GT3 race and to give Ichijori her first win in aero competitions. Markman 207.408, not fastest lap territory in any sense. 5 laps to go here in Sepang, about 28 kilometers to go here in Sepang International Circuit. The race may as well come down to this. Shango winning by over 15 seconds over Chanel Markman in what will be a Regalos 1-2. For both Regalos Lexus cars, it will be Go and Markman filling up the front 2 spots. Going back into the progress chart, Ghost is going to be set to convert his pole position into a race win. Chanel Markman has done well to get himself into 2nd place after starting 4th. And guy's just gonna enjoy this race despite him not being in a serious position. Lexus car still holding on to the first 6 positions. Martinez currently in 7th. Hojizono Ria looking to chase in 8th. Pin 9th. Barger 10th. And Atara looking to find something against Barger. And you can see here, we're now coming into the final 4 laps of this race, and you can see here Antero just trying to find a way past Barger. This is actually the most positive that actually anyways, Antero, of course, currently in 11th place. Watch for background audio. Anyways, he's looking at the most positive he's ever been in the season so far. And right now, Taro is looking for a bit of that special thing from Okayu for him to get himself into an overtaking position against Barger. All he needs is a good exit off of turns either between after turns 15, 14, and maybe after turns 15 as well. And if you can find a challenge against Barger there, then he should be in a good position for him to get an overtake done. And in a sense, of course, having that VR38 DETT under their hoods, obviously outputting just about 600 horsepower, the most out of any car in Hololive GT3, which also means that they are very good in the straights. Taro looking to find something on the main straight after not finding anything in the back straight. Markman's not going to be seeing Liam Kai anytime soon. Sean Go still has Kizuhara Leo that he needs to deal with. And Asano and Pham making inner move known. They're now still side by side as Pham is gonna make a move down the inside of Asano for 12th place. Down the inside goes Hani Pham, channeling his Korean enthusiasm into this move. He's gonna go down the outside. And Asano manages to defend. Will he use this run into turn 3 and 9 to turn 4 to his advantage? Not yet. We'll try again next lap though. 3 laps to go in Sepang. Shango already crossing the line. Just wanted to confirm that everything's still working as usual, although the throat is not feeling very good right now. Anyways, back into the potential battle for 3rd place. Gibbons has done absolutely well to limit the damage for him to equal his best ever finish in the best finish this season so far with a 3rd place. He's doing everything in his power to maintain his standing in 3rd place. Of course, if you want to talk about where he started where he is right now. He's in the same position as where he has been starting, where he started this race. Right now, still have Gibbons still trying to fang it sinful. Ribba still hanging around in 5th place. There's no doubt in my mind that Catch is going to drop down the championship order pretty dramatically. And as for the rest of the field, they're doing pretty okay at the moment. Just hearing news that Aski has used the bright uniform for the concert, for her own solo live concert. Anyways, Shishiro Mama just crossed the line for a 206 287 for a slight consolation for the fact that Shango has been able to deliver the goods as long as he did. I just have a half a lap to go. Well, 1.5 laps to go before we will conclude this Zako series race here in Sepang circuit. At least for today, the Zako series will conclude its running before they will head on to Motegi for the next race. Just wanted to check back onto the progress chart again. Once again, we have Antara, who has gained 7th position from the start. Still looking to find something against Daniel Barger, but he hasn't been finding anything. Asano, of course, started last. He's now up into 12th. Also something to acknowledge. Meanwhile, Pham and Aoki going side by side as Aoki now goes up into 13th place as he's set to displace Hani Pham. Gonna be a pretty good defense there for Tomoyuki Aoki, but you can see here there's a bit of desperation for Hani Pham as he goes around the outside. But anyways, final lap has just started for Shango, who has not put a foot wrong in this entire race. Started the season as a hasty replacement for Kazuma Iroha and later Minato Aqua. Has grabbed a pole position in his name for Minato Aqua last season at Motegi in Split B, in the Motegi 400 Split B race. He's had a time, and he's basically spent his time representing the Chambas and Gargura in Formula Hololive International. He's done very well to be where he is right now, gaining all the experience that he has until at this point where he is now representing Echijo Ririka in a full-time basis. He just needs to deal with 7 more corners and a lap car to boot. All he needs is to maintain his composure and to maintain that car onto that racetrack as he's gonna have some easy pickings against his fellow Malaysian Rilio. Go and starts hanging around the outside. Nothing comes of it, but he doesn't need to think about it too much. And now Shango representing his absolute Oshi in the form of Ichijo Ririka, known to be quite sassy, known to be quite the gyaru that she is. She is a live wire, and she knows her skill, and she knows her English. Of course, she is an aspiring up-and-coming president. That's what she wants to be. And as for Shongo, he's gonna channel that same emotion and aspiration as he's gonna set to become the president of Sepang National Circuit, well, figuratively, at least for this race. As he rounds out the final corner, Shongo for Shishiro in car number 66 scores his debut win in Hololive GT3 at the Sepang 400 alongside Shishiro. It's a debut win for both. He's got to be very excited. She's got to be very excited. They've won the Sepang 400. Gino Markman second, which makes it a re-gloss 1-2. Callum Gibbons and Johan Sinful make it 4 Lexus cars inside top 4, and Ripple will soon join them to make it a Lexus top 5 top 5 sweep of Lexus cars. But it will be short-lived, the celebration for Team Lexus, as there's going to be some heavy nerfs for the car for the remainder of the season. Kizaru Leo finishes 17th. They're being lapped by Shongo. Liam Kai also finishes the lap down. Jake Martinez is gonna try to survive one last onslaught from Hojizono Rio for him to hang on to 17th place. And Jake Martinez hangs around in the top 10 spots with a 7th place finish to boot. He fends off Hojizono Rio for what would have been a perfect Lexus run. Of course, we got Takahashi Pin making his debut with a 9th place finish, similar to what his predecessor had done. Was Fabio Mendes. Daniel Barger manages to stave off Antaros' charge to hang around inside the top 10. Antara 11th, Asano 12th, Aoki 13th on her debut. Hanifam on his debut will finish 14th. And with Dusiam, the last driver to score points, he's got to be a bit gutted given his starting position, given how the strategy has gone. That being said, Relio crosses the line, and that should be all drivers crossing the line, and we should now get into the post-race results. Shongo, your winner here in Sepang, in the Sepang 400 Zako Series race. And with Chanel Markman alongside him in 2nd place, making it a re-gloss 1-2. Callum Gibbons will take sole that he finished 3rd in for Roboco, making it a Lexus podium sweep. Johan Sinful coming out of Riba alongside Michael Turner makes it a Lexus top 5 sweep, as well as a top 6 sweep for Lexus cars. We have Jake Martinez 7th, and then we have Hojizono Rio 8th, Takashi Pen 9th, Daniel Barger 10th, and Taro finally scores points for the first time in Hololive GT3 for the 2024 season in 11th, Asano 12th. And then we have Tamayuki Aoki and Hanifan making their debuts. They finished 13th and 14th respectively. Also taking a note, Takashi Pin finishing 9th. DCM inside the final points position in 15th. Leo and Kizaru Leo with Shongo winning and both of them Shongo winning and both of them outside the points. It's a bittersweet moment for the Malaysian entrants in the Zako series today, as we now also have Kizaru Leo and Liam Kai finishing a lap down. And then we have Moa Cashew, so of course having issues at the start. Also highlighting this fact, Hojizono Rio has done very well to come back after his spin at the first lap. So unfortunately, it cannot be said. The same cannot be said for Mohamed Cashew, who crashed out at the start. So anyways, just wanted to check a bit of something as we are going to get a bit of a replay thing going. As we're gonna get this replay thing underway. If the thought of this race is actually pretty positive. We had Regloss cars winning once again, which is very, very nice to see. So anyways, we're gonna get on to this replay. See what has actually happened at the start here. We're gonna go on board Mohamed Cashew, see what has happened to him. And it's a bit of a shame because while he did start in 15th, it's a bit of a shame on how the race went for him, because if you want to see what happened, So here's on board Wamakashi, and you can see here this steering just hasn't been working, and he's just careening into the inside wall at turn 1, just at the main straight, and he just wasn't able to get himself going. And so that is his race done. But meanwhile, we're going to take a look also into Hoshizono Ryo, who was involved into a spin. And the driver who made contact with him is actually, we're going to take a look, it is Maverick UCM. As you can see, he was squeezed into a 3 wide between Riba and UCM, but he was spun around. And that also explains why UCM was being held back and lost a lot of positions at the start. Fortunately, Ryo was able to get himself pressing on in this race. So going on board UCM. Here's on board UCM. Yep. I will attribute this to a racing incident, as everyone was bunched up and there was like 3 wide action. So no penalties to be given to any drivers. And now, with that being said, we're just going to finish off the whole thing with a bit of a replay save. And fortunately, the results have loaded, and it loaded pretty okay. Just want to check. Yeah, everything's loaded. So let's take a look back into the Zako series standings. Especially the championship standings after the Sepang 400 Zako series race. So let's take a look into the lineup, actually. See if there's anything to take note, because it is actually a lot of things to take note. Right now it's not loading right now. Excuse me while we... Whoopsies. Wrong capture. You're going to see if we can capture content manager. There it is. So here it is. We're going to reset this again. Okay, so anyways, here is the championship standings for the Zako series for Hololive GT3 after 2 races. We have Shongo currently now taking the lead of the championship standings with Chanel Markman 50 points behind Shongo in 2nd place. Kamina Riba is in 3rd with Johan Sinful 4th, and Callum Gibbons marking out the top 5 against Lexus Sweet. Jake Martinez continues to exceed expectations for Team Nissan as he continues to romp away for Hiroshi Ao, with Michael Turner 7th for Noel, Hoshizono Ryo 8th for Ayame, and 9th goes to Mama Cashew for Surmati Watame. Daniel Barger holds on to 10th place for Hoshimachi Suisei. Takashi Pin sits 11th for Hakuri Koiri, William Kai 12th for Todoroki Hajime, tied with Altsus and Tanrao for 5th place. 12th place, with both of them having 22 points. But since Liam Kai had a... actually, both of them... Actually, no. Liam Kai had a higher average finish. He scored an 18, and Altsus and Tanrao scored 19. So Liam Kai beats the tiebreaker. He will sit in 12th, and Tanrao sits at 13. Hanifam 14th, and Tomoyuki Aoki 15th. 16th, 17th, 18th go to Hyota Asano, Maverick Duciem, and Ri Liu. And the driver who we're going to need to pay attention to here is Kizuharu Liu, who have yet to score any points in the Zako Series campaign so far. And with that being said, that's been a productive Sepang Grand Prix, or rather a Sepang 400 for everyone involved in the Zako Series. Next up is the Suyo Series. Of course, we still have 20 other cars to race, and this will be the race for the Hololive GT3 Japan Series title. So hopefully everyone is able to tune in tomorrow for the Suyo Series race. I'm Mama Reza in the commentary booth, and you've been watching the 2024 Hololive GT3 Japan Zako Series race. As Sepang, it's the Sepang 400 Zako Series race. We'll see you tomorrow for the Suyo.